Hello guys, Crispy here, welcome back to another video. Today my friends, I'm gonna be testing the new RX 580. It's not actually new, but it's new here in the channel. So this is the XFX edition of the card. The cooler on it is pretty ugly, in my opinion of course, but it runs pretty well here. Right, I am running as usual a Ryzen 7 3700X, as you can see right here, with 16 gigs of RAM, dual channel CL14, the usual stuff. But you don't need these specs to not bottleneck the RX 580, of course. You only need something like a Ryzen 5 2600 overclocked or a 3600 if you're playing on low settings, for example, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Now, I'm gonna be playing this one at 1080p, low competitive, which is low with epic view distance, medium with no shadows, high with no shadows, and epic with no shadows, as I usually do, and we are gonna be running it on DirectX 11. So I'm not gonna be testing DirectX 12 because it's broken at the moment. Let's do DirectX 11, it runs pretty well anyway, so let's do this. We got our boys R1059 and ORX here, so that means that we're gonna win this one. We actually just played the game and we died right away, so alright everybody, it's now getting dark, unfortunately, so we're gonna start off here by night time, but it's okay, the FPS are pretty much the same, and the moon looks beautiful here anyway. So let's go to the Whipping Woods, of course, our boys know it. Let's start off by testing low settings, of course, as you can see right now. So okay, yeah, if you haven't noticed already, I got a new backpack here. It's the Borderlands 3. I don't remember the name of the robot actually, but yeah, it's the Borderlands 3 robot. I just got this new graphics card and it came with the code for Borderlands 3, and it came with a few skins here for Fortnite as well, so that's interesting. So let's drop here, let's see our FPS. So far so good. And by the way, as I was saying earlier, you will need something like Ryzen 5 2600 or 3600 to play this game with an RX 580 and not have a bottleneck. So of course at lower settings you will need a beefy CPU to achieve 200 plus FPS, as we're seeing right now. Let's start counting those FPS, by the way, and yeah, that's just the nature of it. You need something like an i7 7700K or that Ryzen 5 3600. You really need a strong single core performance to run the game at 200 plus FPS. If you have a 2600 overclocked, you should be getting like 150 to 200 FPS here on average at 1080p low settings with the RX 580, but at medium, high, or epic settings you will get pretty much the same FPS as we're about to see in this video, so keep that in mind. I was expecting the 580 to get a little bit bottlenecked here by the Ryzen 7 3700X, because of course the game doesn't utilize all of the 8 cores in this CPU, and you end up getting like a little bit less CPU usage, of course, as we're seeing right now, like 20 something percent CPU usage. Well guys, I don't know what to tell you anymore. The average FPS are pretty high. I just spent like 15 seconds inside of that house, so yeah, that's why. But yeah, you should expect like 200 to 250 FPS on average with the RX 580, and those 1% lows are actually very nice here at 182 FPS, so very nice performance. Definitely a very good graphics card here for high refresh rate Fortnite gaming. And yeah, let's stop it right there. 248 FPS on average, 181 FPS 1% lows. Let's just set the view distance here on epic, and we are now playing at competitive settings. Starting our FPS counting system, by the way, and let's go. Okay, so our FPS should be dropping by like 10. It isn't really a big drop coming from low settings to competitive settings. It's only one setting. Of course, if it was shadows it would drop by like 100 FPS, but yeah, it's just view distance. Some say that it doesn't really matter too much, so if you are playing competitively and if you feel that the competitive settings here with the epic view distance does anything for you, just play like this. It's gonna be running absolutely fine, just as well as low settings. Of course, the game is really damn smooth. You guys can't feel it, of course, because you're not playing and you're watching this video at 60 FPS because YouTube, you know, but I am running at 165 Hz Hz monitor, and this just feels so good, you know? I spent years with a 60 Hz monitor. When I switched to a high refresh rate monitor, it was just amazing, let me tell you, okay? Alright guys, so that's probably enough here for competitive settings. We've seen that it runs perfectly fine on the RX 580. You know, at 1080p, even epic settings should run fine with this GPU. This GPU is actually pretty decent, you know? It's better than, for example, the GTX 1060 nowadays. Of course, Fortnite runs better on NVIDIA cards, but this still manages to get pretty much the same FPS as the GTX 1060 in this game. So I'm very curious to see how it performs in Red Dead Redemption 2 and Call of Duty Modern Warfare because of the APIs those games run. So stopping it right there, 228 FPS on average, 168 FPS, 1% lows. This is just smooth fast, you know? Even a 240 Hz monitor, you can definitely take advantage of that. Let's put it on medium right now. It takes a while to apply the settings every time. Hopefully we won't die here. So medium settings are now applied at 1080p, and as you can see, there are shadows now, and the shadow render distance is pretty bad, and you can see the shadows just rendering in front of you. So I definitely don't like that, and I would prefer to play without shadows whatsoever. But you know, if you really want to play like this, and if that render distance doesn't bother you, just feel free to do so. You'll get pretty high FPS, as you can see right now. And always keep in mind that as I test in the Whipping Woods, you are gonna be getting more FPS outside of it. So love you too, buddy. Somebody just destroyed everything over here. This is interesting. But yeah, guys, a 144 Hz monitor is actually pretty adequate here for an RX 580 or like GTX 1060 or even the RX 570 that can handle this game absolutely fine with 100 plus FPS or even like 200 FPS at low or competitive settings. So yeah, I highly recommend you to get a high refresh rate monitor with a mid-range card like this, or like a mid-range card from 2016 or 17 or whenever this came out. So we're seeing a couple of stutters. That's just normal Fortnite behavior. It's just the engine, you know. Let's stop it right there. That's enough of medium settings. 154 FPS on average, 128 FPS, 1% low. So 120 Hz monitors or 144 Hz monitors, those are gonna give you a heck of an experience. Let's just disable the shadows now. Alright, here we go. They're constructing things here, so thank you for thinking about my well-being. Oh boy, come on. Alright, let's do this. Let's just take a little stroll around the Whipping Woods once again. And I don't know if I finished saying this, but you get more FPS outside of the Whipping Woods, like 15 to 20 more FPS. Oh my god. Should I be doing this? I'm not sure, because I don't know how to build properly. You know, I'm just gonna do this. Oh my god, oh my god. There are quite a few of them. Obviously, we're playing squads here. Oh boy, almost. Nice, I got one of them. That's good. Where's the other one? I think there was another one there, probably. Oh, there's one there. Oh, nice. Our boy got him. Okay, and there's the last one, probably. Or maybe there's like two of them, not sure, but it's going well. We're doing this, guys. I am very confident we're gonna win this one. Where is the boy? What the? Okay, I didn't lose any health there. Okay, let's just go inside of this circle, shall we? As you can see, our averages are a little bit better here without the shadows enabled. 160 FPS. Our 1% lows are also a bit better. I think they were like at 128 or whatever. Now they're at 136. Jesus, no. No, that goddamn bastard! Come over here, boy! I'm just gonna do high settings this time around, okay? Alright, high settings. Save, yes, save. Okay, I'm getting a little bit confused here. Okay, let's do this. Let's start counting it, by the way. Oh my gosh, look at that. 74 FPS. That's really low, to be honest. I was expecting a bit more FPS coming out of this card here at 1080p high settings, but it's just the shadows, man. The shadows are really demanding in this game. Where is he? Where is he? Here. Oh my gosh, no! Ah, okay, I got him. Alright, let's go, buddy. I'm just gonna eat this. Yep, and I'm gonna pick this up and we're gonna go. We did a good job here. Now let's get out of this storm because it's reducing our FPS. Actually, it doesn't really reduce your FPS by much, like 2 FPS. You get 2 more FPS outside of the storm, so inside the circle. So let's keep on moving here. So high settings is still a very decent experience. Of course, the graphics look amazing here on high. You can play like this absolutely fine if you have a 60 Hz monitor. Even if you have a 144 Hz monitor, it's gonna feel better. Oh, thank you. I wasn't understanding what was going on. Alright guys, I am doing this. Of course, I'm looking at the sky now, so averages are getting a little bit better here. Should I just use this? I'm just gonna use this. As you can see, our FPS are a lot better than inside of the Whipping Woods right here. We're getting like close to 100 FPS, whereas we were getting like, what, 75? Around 75 to 80 FPS in the Whipping Woods. So, of course, it's still smooth. It's still very playable. You shouldn't have a problem playing with these specs or the RX 580 on high settings. And the thing about the high settings is, oh my god, I'm gonna die, dude, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, please, god damn it. Oh my god, oh, we all died. Alright everybody, right now we are playing at 1080p, of course, with high settings without shadows, so let's drop here in the Whipping Woods, shall we? Now the GPU is running pretty cool here, actually, at like, I've seen 69 degrees at maximum, I think, so that's pretty damn good. It's almost silent. I can actually hear it a little bit. I'm not sure if it's the case vibrating, even if it's audible. Oh my god. Oh my god, that just happened. Okay. Why didn't I go there? Come on. As you can see right now, high settings without shadows puts us above 100 FPS pretty much at all times. Our 1% lows are at 113 right now. Of course, they're probably gonna change a little bit once we play more and get deeper into the Whipping Woods, but yeah, it's running really well here, as you can probably tell. Of course, the game looks a little bit more bland here without the shadows enabled, but it still looks good. The colors are a little bit more bland, but it still pops up a little bit here, you know. It's saturated, it's good looking. Okay, it's just good looking. So our guys are just having a bit of a fight here and directing other squads, as they do, of course. So I'm not gonna intervene on that, I think. Maybe I will, okay? Maybe I will help just a little bit here. Can I do it? Can I actually help? What's going on? Did they get him? No. Oh, it's up there. What the heck? I don't understand anything. Oh, the guy just... No, this... Oh my god, I really thought it was a good guy. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? See? Orex also loves you all, guys, okay? It's not just me that loves you all. Everybody here in this community loves each other, and it's beautiful. By the way, we got 132 FPS on average, 111 FPS, 1% lows, and oh boy, I was just gonna change it to epic, but so, it's a sunny day here, guys, as you can see, and it's gonna get sunnier at the moment, so it's not midday yet. We only have epic settings and epic with no shadows to go here in this video, and that means that we can probably get sunny weather here for the entirety of the video. So as you can see right now, we're playing on epic settings with 1080p resolution, and we're getting really high FPS. Well, not really high, but we're above 60 FPS, so that's a very nice result here for the RX 580, of course. If you want to play at 60 Hz, epic settings will definitely do the job here while providing with very beautiful visuals here. This game's actually gorgeous, you know, the graphics aren't realistic or anything, but they aren't supposed to be. It's just a very nice art style, I think, in my opinion here. So we got a couple of stutters there, big stutters, by the way. Of course, we aren't really limited by the CPU, RAM, or VRAM, because we do have 8 gigs of VRAM in this GPU, so those stutters are just random, you know, those are just because of the engine. In every single Unreal 4 engine game, I get those kinds of stutters, like PUBG, for example, is another option. Let's just take a little stroll here. Seeing the water is actually pretty demanding here on epic settings. As you can see, we're almost dropping from 60, but not quite there yet. So I saw, I think, 60 or 61 minimum there. Our 1% lows show otherwise, but yeah, I didn't really see it drop that much. Now it dropped to like 60 and our 1% lows dropped to 57. Grab the AUG, very nice gun over here, my friends. So we're definitely, this is the one that we're gonna win. The circle is in our favor as well, so it's in the whipping woods or close to it. We haven't gotten a drop from 60 yet. We have seen the FPS like touching 60 a lot of times here, but it didn't drop from 60 yet, so I am very happy with these results. The GPU is very cool indeed, 66 degrees Celsius at 99% usage. That's impressive actually. Some of you say that AMD cars run pretty hot. It's just not the case. They just need a decent cooler. You know, if you have a bad cooler in an Nvidia card, for example, in my 1650 Super, I got the Asus Phoenix version of that card and it runs pretty hot just because of the cooler. It has nothing to do with the TDP or anything. So a card can actually consume 250 watts like my GTX 780 and run pretty cool because it has a good cooler. Like my 780 only hits like 63 degrees. That said, guys, that's enough of epic settings. We got 72 FPS on average. That's pretty interesting, pretty decent. 58 FPS, 1% lows. And now it's time to drop the shadows and see our FPS hopefully touching 100. Yeah, holy crap, okay. Actually surpassing 100 by quite a bit as well. If you've seen my videos, you know that whenever I test Fortnite without shadows, it just runs buttery smooth, no matter what the settings are. You know, we're playing on Epic right now, but we just dropped the shadows and it's really, really smooth right now. So should I? Okay, I need your help right now. You know what? I'm just gonna throw in this. Didn't do any. Oh, it actually did destroy the whole thing. Okay. Just gonna use this right now. It's our time to shine. We only have the SMG. Oh, oh, whoa, 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 whoa! What is going on? Oh my god. Okay, so that was a bad idea. Oh god, okay, so I just stopped the counting system, by the way. Arden is gonna do it. Okay, so we're just gonna spectate Arden here and count our FPS a little bit more here while I'll talk about stuff. And Arden is gonna collect our things, he's gonna go to the van, and he's gonna revive us. 96 FPS, 1% lows, by the way, my friends. And, of course, the unluckiness is real in this one, my friends. We can't seem to win a damn game. But well, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video anyways. No problems whatsoever playing Fortnite at 1080p with whatever settings you want. Even at epic settings, it gets always above 60 FPS. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. And I love you all. Bye-bye.